Hello, everyone. Welcome to Durrett's Take. It's that time of the week where I go over my NFL takeaways from this past week. So let's get started with the Thursday night football game between the Bengals and the Ravens. The classic no call. So the Bengals got a lot of calls last night. So I can understand people saying the Bengals fans shouldn't complain. But even the reffing analyst on the broadcast said that they missed a defensive holding and a roughing the passer call, and both calls were very obvious. I'm the guy who says typically don't make a call late in the game unless if it's obvious or a for sure thing, to where there can't be any blowback that comes back at you. But this was an obvious call, and the stakes are high since this game may or may not be the difference in Bengals making the playoffs or not. So that's unfortunate for Bengals fans that that call wasn't made. Giants versus Panthers. We gotta live while we're young. Bryce Young has won 2 starts in a row, albeit against bad teams. But it appears that he may start going forward this season, and if he can continue to put little by little pieces together, then they may keep him on the roster. Going forward, we'll see. Chiefs versus Broncos. The magic continues. Denver had an easy 35-yard field goal for the win, but it got blocked because of the offensive lineman just falling down. And just like that, Kansas City remains undefeated for now. We'll see how long that can continue. Pittsburgh versus Washington. Captain Russ makes his bid to command DC. Wilson wasn't elite, but he did a good job managing the game, finishing at the 195 yards and 3 touchdowns. He surprisingly outperformed Jaden Daniels, who got reminded on Sunday, hey, he's still a rookie, everyone. Minnesota versus Jacksonville. Vikings feasted on some mac and cheese. Mac Jones got the start for Jacksonville, and he had a rough outing. Only passed for 111 yards and had 2 picks and a lost fumble. Vikings defense definitely won them the game there. Atlanta versus New Orleans. Cuckoo made a boo-boo. Atlanta kicker, Koo, who's normally been a reliable kicker throughout his career, has been off over the last couple games this year. And this game, he was just completely off, going just 1 of 4. Most were normal makeable field goals, not too difficult. I know Cousins threw a late interception late, and the defense definitely could have played better. But he was the main reason why the Falcons lost. So the Falcons need to consider looking for a new kicker at this point. 49ers versus Buccaneers. Still the Purdy show for now. Even though McCaffrey is back, he's still not quite all the way there yet. It's back to his normal self, so they're still going to have to rely on Purdy for now. And he delivered in this game with 353 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. They should have won by more if their kicker didn't have kicking issues coming back from his injury, missing a couple field goals. Buffalo versus Indianapolis. Joe is now too old. I know Joe Flacco is facing the hard part of the Colts schedule, but he is not looking like the Browns version of Joe that we saw last year. And I understand the move at the time, but now after these last couple of games, for example, they faced the Jets this week. If Joe can't turn around against the Jets, then they might as well just go back to Anthony Richardson. New England versus Chicago. Bye Eberflus. The Bears are now on a 4-game lose streak, and the offense continues to regress, especially in the run game with being so spotty. They already got rid of their offensive coordinator today, and there were rumors, a week or two ago that Eberflus could be back next season. But after this game, versus a rebuild team just getting crushed the way they got crushed, you just got to rip the Band-Aid off and move forward next year. Next, you got Tennessee versus the LA Chargers. LA is charging up. The Chargers are on a winning streak now, and with the way their schedule is, they are on track to make the playoffs at this point. Philly versus Dallas. The Cowboys' QB carousel is broken, so Dak was not performing well, and with him having season-ending surgery, Cooper Rush, who played 2 years ago in relief, looked bad, and then they benched him for Trey Lance, who couldn't do anything on duty. So against their rivals, no less, in their own stadium, hopefully this is the wake-up call that Jerry Jones needs to fully admit that, hey, we got to tank this season, we got to think about the future. Jets versus Cardinals. Perfect Kyler. Kyler had one of those perfect games, completed 92% of his passes, had 266 yards and a touchdown, also had 2 rushing touchdowns, and a 126.7 pass rating as Arizona's winning streak continues. And I warned y'all that the Jets haven't fixed their issues despite that big Thursday Night Football win against Houston, and I was right there. Lions versus Texans. Bates makes. In a day where there was some bad kicking throughout the league, Jake Bates, the former UFL star, has become another Brandon Aubrey, for the Cowboys, going from the low league to the NFL and making it big, as he made a couple clutch gifts, a 50-yard field goal to tie it and a 53-yard field goal to win it all. to overcome a rare bad game from the Lions offense. And then Monday Night Football, Dolphins versus Rams. Dolphins also love the California Bay. It's not shocking that Miami won, but what was shocking was the way their defense played. You know, they've 31 sacks, but yet they pressured the Rams all night. Rams couldn't get anything going offense. Didn't allow a touchdown at all, which is very impressive. Now with the way their schedule's going up, now they can start to finally dream, okay, now maybe we can back in the playoff pictures. We'll see. So thank you very much. This is my podcast today. Please go on channel about me. Thank you very much. Now have a wonderful day.